Hi, everybody. It is Sunday, September 21st. I've been up since 5 this morning, taking care of a ton of stuff. I always have like my last list to go through before leaving town, and I head out tomorrow morning about 11 o'clock. I head to LAX to fly back to Charlotte, North Carolina, and then get on the bus, and then we drive to Virginia, somewhere in Virginia, I think, and the first show is Tuesday with Lyle. So looking forward to that. It'd be nice to see everybody again after our brief respite here after our trip to Italy. But it's always, boy, a challenge, and especially with Maureen still kind of laid up. You know, the ablation went good, like I said yesterday, and but the doctor said, it's going to take a few weeks for this really see where it's at with this. So fingers are crossed, but so she's, I'm being a real pain in the ass saying, don't do this, don't lift that, don't do this. So I'm doing as much as I can so that she isn't teasing, going, oh, I want to do it too. Terrible patient. But I'm going to do a quick tune here, and I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to be trimming a fig tree today, which is really blocking an area, and it's a beautiful tree that it was amazing. Many, many years ago, I think a bird ate a fig and probably pooped out a seed. And over on the side of my house one day, I looked, and there was a little thing about this tall, and I went, I wonder what that is. So I ended up digging it up and put it in another part of the yard where it would get a little bit better sun and make sure it had water. It is a massive fig tree. Now, it's gorgeous. I cut it back every year, and everybody thinks, oh, you just killed it, and it comes back bigger and stronger every year. But it produces a few figs, but by the time it does and they drop, the dogs eat them. They love them, so I'm happy they enjoy them. But I'm going to do some music for you today. Once again, I'm going to go revisit. This is an artist who I've done in the past on other albums. I've done several projects with him over the years, and that is the great Ricky Skaggs. This is an album from 1995 called Solid Ground that I did with him. It's his 12th album. And let me give you some info. There's a whole bunch of different guys on all the different tracks on this one. I did a track on this one called Can't Control the Wind. And it's not about Chile or anything like that. Don't go there, even though I do. But this is myself on bass, Eddie Bayers on drums, Steve Nathan on piano, Brent Mason on guitar, Paul Franklin on steel guitar, Mac McAnally, Ricky Skaggs on acoustic guitar and mandolin, Stuart Duncan on fiddle, and then the vocals on this are Ricky Skaggs. I mean, that lineup is like the classic Nashville. I did so many records with all those guys. Eddie Bayers has always been one of my very favorite drummers to play with. We did so many records together and did lots with Brent Mason and Paul Franklin, and worked with Mac McAnally as a player, but also did one of his solo albums too. And he's like just a brilliant songwriter and artist. Let me see if there's any other stuff on here. It was produced, let me see which number that one is. Sorry, I'm just see this stuff and that's number 9. So, okay, so this was produced by Ricky, mastered by Denny, they've got it down as Danny Purcell, but it was Denny Purcell, assisted by Jonathan Russell, mixed by Alan Schulman, recorded by Alan Schulman, and mastered at Georgetown Masters, mixed at Sound Emporium, recorded at Sound Emporium, Sound Kitchen, 16th Avenue, Skaggs Sound Studios. I mean, there's a lot of different tracks and a lot of different groups of players on this one. But this one was really fun. I think it's a really nice Sunday kind of song. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you now. Can't Control the Wind, Ricky Skaggs. Here we go. Stuart.
When I was a boy, Daddy was my guiding light. We'd take walks and talk about fishing, girls, and life. He'd help me with my homework, cheer me up when I was down. Best friend that I ever had, and I miss having him around. And he'd say, do the very best you can with all that you've been blessed. And if the load's too great for you, the Lord will do the rest. Keep one thing in mind, if all else should fail. You can't control the wind, but you can adjust the sail. Daddy lost his job when the factory closed. Times were hard, bills to pay. He was troubled, and it showed. He said, son, don't worry, it's all to no avail. We can't control the wind, but we can adjust the sail. I think of his advice when life turns its back on me. There is no mountain I can't climb if I start down on my knees. I'll do the very best I can with all that I've been blessed. And if the load's too great for me, the Lord will do the rest. I'll keep one thing in mind, if all else should fail. I can't control the wind, but I can adjust the sail. No, I can't control the wind, but I can adjust the sail.
Beautiful tune. It was always fun working with Ricky. He's such a great musician, singer, and always surrounded himself with great players. So it was always a real treat. Today was also a really fun thing to do today. I got contacted about a birthday wish. And it's the birthday, for those of you who ever, I told the story many years ago, it's one of my favorite road experiences ever, about a family and a little boy, a 4-year-old boy named David, who I met in Glasgow. And I have a whole video about this experience with them. But it was an absolutely precious thing, meeting the mom, Adele, and her daughters, and little David. And Adele contacted me and said, David's turning 40 this Wednesday. So I just sent off birthday wishes to him. I've seen them whenever I can get over there. We try to hook up, and I'm so fond of this family. They're fantastic. And the whole thing ended up being early, when he was 4, about a train. And when I saw him many years later, he gave me the train, and it's a Thomas. And then we have Leland. I saw him, it was all through Phil Collins. There's the date. And he thought I was Santa Claus. So I've got this train, and it sits next to me in my room here, and I look at it every day. And he was a precious little kid, and I'm so proud of him as an adult. But it's still shocking. He's turning 40. You know, life goes on. Just that fast. It's crazy. So I'm going to get running. I'm going to get to work on the fig tree, and then tomorrow I will be heading off to Virginia through Charlotte, and I'll be back with all the cast of characters, and I'll be posting venues and adventures, and I look forward to sharing them with you. So take good care, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.